Morning Show. I am Kimberly D'Souza. Thank you so much for staying with us. And if you're just joining us, welcome. We are one day away from 2022, and what that brings is a lot of anxiety. Am I going to keep all my New Year resolutions? Am I going to achieve everything that I want to achieve? So with us to help us discuss it and to help us keep on track is actually a certified counselor and a forensic psychologist. We have with us Mrs. Sharlene Findley-Stewart. Mrs. Findley-Stewart, good morning.
Good morning to you and to our viewers this morning. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you so much for joining us. I mean, we have a big topic that we're going to try to unpack in about 8 to 10 minutes. So let's jump right in. We have the new year approaching, and when the new year is coming up, we always have this anxiety to have all these new year resolutions, things that we want to achieve in the new year. How important is it to make new year resolutions?
I think when persons think of New Year's, they begin to get excited, the whole idea of starting a new year, I'm going to make some changes in my life, because the whole purpose of a New Year's resolution is to make decisions and changes of things that you wanted to do the year before and you weren't able to do it. Right the wrongs of the previous years. It's a way to achieve personal goals, to improve your life. So making New Year's resolution, it's actually a very good thing.
Now, I mean, is it kind of like delusional thinking that you can try to achieve what you want to achieve within a span of 12 months? Because, I mean, if we look at 2021 as an example, the months kind of rolled into each other, and then here we are in December, and a lot of people may be feeling that they didn't achieve what they wanted to. So is it really something that we could achieve or we could work toward?
Yes, I think that's how. It's not that it's delusional, I think it's we put too much pressure on ourselves to achieve the goals. Sometimes, we come up with these goals, we have these unrealistic time frames, and because we fail, we decide, okay, I'm going to give it up. But that's not it. You need to just focus on accomplishing it. Even if you fall or you fail, just get up and try again. So it's not that it's delusional. I think it's the time frame, it's the unrealistic aspect of it.
Now, you mentioned something important. You mentioned time frame. So how can we keep ourselves on track given, the fact that we know we have 12 months to achieve what we want to?
But why is it we set in a time frame of 12 months? Some things could be a longevity, We need to think of it as a marathon and not a sprint. Focus on the fact that I want to achieve something. Say you want to lose weight. Some person's metabolism might be slower than others. So trying to lose it in 3 months might be easier for one person than another. So focus on the fact that if I can lose a pound maybe every week, it's actually a better goal than focusing, I'm going to try to lose weight in a month or 2 months.
Now, how can we, or what can we use as coping mechanisms to kind of keep us on track? And even when we fail, what can we tell ourselves so we won't feel as if we didn't accomplish what we wanted to?
One of the things I remember, I think about sometimes if I feel something I want to achieve, you think about yourself lying down on the floor, looking up at the ceiling, and you're thinking, oh my God, I'll fail. But then when you look up, all you see is sunshine or rain. Are you going to stay there and let the sun burn your face or let the rain beat on you? So just think about it. Okay, there's nowhere else to go again but up. So get up and try again. For me, it was exercising. COVID has taken a number on toll on everyone, even psychologists. And there's some days I didn't feel to do it. But I decided, okay, so I didn't feel to do it today. Fine. It's not a failure. I'll just do it tomorrow. So I just kept focusing on the fact that I took it one day at a time, rather than trying to achieve this unrealistic goal to match someone else's expectation, and focus on what could give me happiness or give me contentment.
Now, there are some people who might say, well, I'm not even going to make a New Year resolution because I know that I'm not going to achieve it. Any words of advice for someone who may not want to, kind of set the bar too high and then they're kind of afraid that they may fall short?
Actually, I don't even make New Year's resolution because I think it puts too much pressure on people and puts too much pressure on myself, because person be like, what's the New Year's resolution? And I'm thinking, what am I going to achieve this year? And then I'm like flustered. So I just focus on the fact I've accomplished 365 days. It's a new year. What would I like to see different in my year? I use the terms differently, goal oriented. Like for me, traveling is one of my goals. If I don't travel, I would be like, oh my God. But for this year, I did staycations. It was wonderful. So I focus more on achieving various goals, even if you start in the middle of the year, rather than focusing on making a resolution to start January the 1st. You could decide maybe in the middle of the year something that you've seen that you would like to work towards, that you can make an achievement with. So focus on that aspect and start there. Always good to start on the day you get up and make a plan. Don't worry about setting, I need to do this January 1st. Focus on, I want to make a change in my life. This is what I want to do. I also want to add that sometimes it's good to share your goals and expectations with someone you trust, because by doing that, you allow someone to be your, can I say, unchecked buddy. So the person be like, how did you feel today? Did you get through? Did you get to exercise? Did you get to read the book? Let's work on it together, because I love reading. So my husband and I started reading together. Now he reads more than me, unfortunately, but it was able to help me on track with the reading aspect of it, because at least I knew I had a buddy to read with. I joined book club for that same reason. It was a motivational aspect of it, because I got support. So many times when we try these goals, find someone you trust and find someone who is supportive. So it doesn't matter what time of the year you're going to push forward to start this goal. It's always good to know you have someone to support you along the way.
And finally, any words of advice you want to tell our viewers or our listeners who are listening, in terms of, because I like that you said that you don't have to wait for the beginning of 2022. You can start in the middle of the year. So people who might be at home, who might feel, kind of anxiety or pressure to make that New Year resolution, any words of advice for them before we close?
Ignore the words New Year's resolution. Focus on the fact that you've made it 365 days, especially in this pandemic, that you've survived, that you're coping well. You might be coping as well as you would like, but the fact that is you've made it through the year, you're going into a new year. Just focus on the fact that you have family, you have friends, you have things you can be thankful for. And then during the new year, settle down, take your time, take a walk, take a breather. Right now we can at least go by the beach and look at the sea and focus on, what would I like to see different in my life? What would I like to make a change? Don't focus on the words New Year's resolution. Focus on what it is you would like to see change in your life, and that will propel you forward. I think the words put pressure on us, and the time frame that we set also puts pressure on us. So focus on building friendship, relationship with others, and achieving and making improvements in your life.
Mrs. Findley-Stewart, I could not have said it better. Thank you so, so much for joining us and sharing your words of advice as we move into 2022. And of course, I wish you all the best for the new year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I wish you the best as well, Kimberly.
Thank you so much. Have a great one. And that was Mrs. Findley-Stewart, who just gave us some tips about New Year resolution. As she said, forget the word, just focus on you, focus on making it for another 365, especially as we are in a pandemic. So we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to be talking to a mother-daughter duo who sings soca parang. They also sing some calypso, and they may just have a track for us. So keep it locked on the Now Morning Show.